Welcome to College Life Coaching. We are so excited to finally be starting our work with you. We've been waiting since you came through CARE's Summer Bridge program a year ago, and now here we are, albeit virtually. So let's get started with sharing with you some of what you can expect from coaching. And we want to do that by going through some of the top myths that we often hear from students. So myth number one is that coaching is just another requirement. Now, it is a requirement for you through CARE as part of your active participation in the program. However, it's not required for us as the coaches. Really, our why is connection. That's why we do what we do. I know for me personally, connecting with other people is what gives my life meaning. And this job allows me to do that for a living. And really, connection is CARE's why for requiring this for you as well, because research shows that more and more students leave college during their second year, and having even just one connection to a staff or faculty member on campus helps those students to stay and continue to succeed. Another myth we often hear is that I don't need a coach, and maybe you don't need us right now, but I believe that we all need someone to be there for us sometimes. So some of the benefits of having a coach are having someone to celebrate your successes with, having someone to support you if you are facing challenges. We can also refer you to resources, for instance, advisors or counselors, because while there's nothing we can't talk about in coaching, which we'll talk about more in a moment, there are certainly certain subjects that other people on campus will be even more of an expert on. So for instance, if you are wanting to know more about your academics, we may encourage you to continue that conversation with your academic advisor, since that's their area of expertise. And if we're talking about something regarding your mental health, we may encourage you to continue that conversation with one of the counselors on campus, since again, that's their area of expertise. Just like if you were having physical health concerns, we would refer you to a doctor. But again, there's nothing we can't talk about. And we can also connect you not only to those resources, but to other opportunities. So the more you share with us about what you're hoping to get out of your college experience, the better we can make those connections with you. So that leads into what we can talk about. A lot of times people will say they didn't think they had anything to talk about in coaching, but I think you'll find there's actually a lot that could be productive for our time together. So this shows some of the things that previous coaching students found most helpful to discuss. So as you look through these words, maybe you'll find some things that will inspire our conversations together. But please don't feel limited to this. It might be other things. The point is that it's all about you. You're a unique individual, and that's what coaching is going to focus on, whatever you want. And not just in one area, but in any area. We can talk about anything and everything. Some students love to focus only ever on school, and so that's what we do. And some focus never on school, and that's fine too. So just know that it is a very positive and solution-focused conversation. It's not negative and problem-focused, and it is action-focused, so that we hope every time you leave one of your meetings with your coach, you'll have something that you feel more prepared to act on, or maybe something new that you decided you wanted to try as a result of that conversation. Now, we won't tell you what to do, what you should act on and how. We really believe that you're the head coach here. To use the whole coaching analogy, you know yourself best and what's best for your life. We trust that and respect that. And so we're really like your assistant coach, just to support you along the way. We want to collaborate with you, again, on how to make the best of your college experience, or continue making the best of your college experience. And we do that by reflecting together, talking through those things that we think through, and maybe even doing activities if that's the way you prefer to engage. Now, you don't just have to take my word on all of this. We have students from the 2015 to 2016 school year who will share some of their stories in coaching with you now.
when when I first got the whole invitation to be in the college life coaching program, I was like, well, why do I need a life coach?
Until you're actually doing it, you don't really know the steps that you need to take. When I first came there, like I said, I felt like a little overwhelmed because like I didn't have any like structure in my life. I didn't have like someone who I could like always just go and talk to.
Just kind of like I wonder what it'll be like. It's more like a nervous excitement almost.
A lot of people don't actually go to college, and I did, so that was just a big accomplishment.
I want to like make all these friends. I want to join all these clubs. I gotta go to the library and study every night. I gotta stay on top of fun and school at the same time.
I was really excited, and I remember just like coming here and falling in love with the campus.
I think just having someone to talk to that wasn't necessarily going to like judge you or anything. Like you talk to your parents, you just kind of can't tell everything.
He was so understanding, and ever since then, him and I had like this really good communications. He's been like a best friend to me. He's been like a mentor, a brother, like everything.
Campus doesn't seem so big to me anymore.
She just helped me find my place and find what I was interested in, and she helped me just like go for it.
I would feel like a peace when I left, like, oh, I always have someone to go to if I'm ever in a crisis.
Forced me to think about what I wanted to accomplish.
He made me have all these action plans.
I just looked forward to like every other week meeting with my coach.
I felt comfortable enough to talk, and she was great enough to just listen and provide some great advice.
One, you have to be willing to listen, but then you also have to be willing to open up.
I'm actually going to have a relationship that I formed with them and a great friendship that I will always be able to look back on as something that was majorly beneficial.
Being able to kind of find me and what I really, really like.
I feel really accomplished just to have completed my freshman year. That's a huge thing.
I was laterally admitted into the honors program.
If there's anything that I want to do on campus, I can do it and I can't achieve it.
I joined gospel choir. I love to sing.
I'm really involved with the Asian American Student Union here on campus.
We got into like the championships in one of my intramural teams.
I served as the Sergeant at Arms of the 68th Student Senate.
I got the chance to actually be a county ambassador, so I'm very proud of that.
I feel like victorious. And that sounds like a huge word for what I've done.
I mean, I feel like Florida State's home now.
Confident is the word. More confident than when I came. I was optimistic about everything before, but now I'm confident.
Ready is one, or excited to like start a new chapter.
The first one was like ambitious. So there's a lot of things that I want to accomplish for next year.
I feel like coaching can do wonders for other people. You can just gain a sense of self.
I feel like their job is there to just help you and make sure that you're doing great here. So why not take advantage of that? Like, why not go to the meetings? Why not form a relationship with someone?
And I've been super blessed with a life coach that is very similar to me and understands my perspectives and values and outlooks in life. And I never thought that would happen. So you really don't know what you're going to get unless you try it.
All right, so a few more myths to go through. You may be thinking that coaching is always just a one-on-one, and that is most of the work we do is those individual meetings together. But in addition to that, we also offer special events each semester. So we'll see what that will look like for this summer and into this next school year. And the way you can find out about that, I will share with you now. So you can follow us on all the things, on all of our social media through Advising First, which is our department here at FSU. And you can also just keep in close contact with your coach. They'll be reaching out to you via email, text, and even phone to keep you updated on all the things. So in terms of when you see your coach, we wish we could just be there whenever, but we do work with so many of you all. We want to be able to offer coaching to as many students as possible. So we make sure that we have a set aside time, and that'll be just 20 to 25 minutes every 2 weeks throughout any semester you're enrolled at FSU this year. So that'll be our set time. And in terms of where we'll meet, normally we would have you come to the Thagard building lobby on the 3rd floor, but for this summer we'll be meeting via Zoom, and so you'll use the link that your coach shares with you to meet virtually at that time that you have set. So lastly, we do sometimes hear from students, usually after they've gotten to know us, they admit that they didn't think we would have a lot to relate on when we first met. So I would just encourage you to try getting to know us and let us get to know you. And I think you'll find that there is a lot we can relate on. And when we can't relate, we certainly want to learn from you. So just be as open with us as soon as you can, and that will help us to make even more of this opportunity together. It's definitely something that you get out what you put into. So the more you can put in sooner, the better for us both. So the last myth you might be wondering about is how long this will last. The good news is that is the end of our presentation. So now you'll be able to go and begin getting to know your coach. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy your meeting with your coach.